Imagine a world filled with giants, strange predators, and creatures that time has forgotten. From massive ground sloths to the terrifying megalodon, today we're diving into 100 incredible facts about extinct creatures. Get ready for a journey through prehistory, where every fact tells a story of survival, evolution, and extinction. Chapter 1. Did you know that the woolly mammoth had hair so thick it could survive in freezing temperatures, much colder than any winter we face today? Their tusks curved like giant scimitars, perfect for digging through snow to reach grass. Scientists discovered DNA fragments that hint they might have interacted with early humans, painting a picture of survival and struggle in Ice Age landscapes. Chapter 2. The dodo bird, once native to Mauritius, couldn't fly. Its heavy body and tiny wings made it an easy target for predators. But this quirky bird wasn't just clumsy. It had a unique diet, eating fruits and seeds that shaped the island's forest ecosystem. Humans' arrival changed everything, showing how fragile isolated species can be when new challenges appear suddenly. Chapter 3. Saber-toothed cats weren't just fierce predators. Their elongated canine teeth could reach over 7 inches, perfect for taking down massive prey. Fossil evidence shows they relied on stealth rather than speed, ambushing animals in forests. These cats roamed North and South America, leaving a legacy in bone fragments and footprints that tell a story of survival, power, and sudden extinction. Chapter 4. The giant ground sloth was enormous, some as tall as a 2-story house. Despite its size, it moved slowly, munching leaves and branches. Scientists found preserved dung, revealing a diet full of tough plants. Its extinction likely shifted ecosystems, allowing other herbivores to take over, proving that even slow giants leave a massive imprint on their world. Chapter 5. Megalodon, the prehistoric shark, could grow over 60 feet long, bigger than a school bus. Its teeth alone measured over 7 inches, serrated like knives. Fossils suggest it dominated oceans for millions of years, feeding on whales and large marine animals. Though it vanished, the study of its jaws teaches scientists about ocean food chains and the balance of predator and prey. Chapter 6. The passenger pigeon was once the most abundant bird in North America, forming flocks that darkened the sky for hours. But intense hunting and habitat loss led to its sudden extinction. Studying them helps scientists understand population dynamics and how rapid environmental changes can wipe out even the most numerous species, leaving only memories in preserved specimens. Chapter 7. The moa, a flightless bird from New Zealand, could weigh up to 500 pounds. Their long necks allowed them to reach leaves high in trees, shaping forest growth. Predation by humans and introduced species wiped them out. Fossil evidence and ancient DNA reveal their anatomy and behavior, showing how ecosystems can drastically change when keystone species vanish. Chapter 8. The dino-like giant lizard called the mosasaur ruled ancient seas, growing up to 50 feet long. Its powerful tail and paddle-like limbs made it a perfect swimmer and predator. Fossils show it ate fish, turtles, and even smaller marine reptiles. Studying its anatomy teaches us how marine predators adapted millions of years ago, blending power, agility, and survival strategy. Chapter 9. Glyptodon, a giant armored mammal, looked like a living tank from prehistoric times. Its dome-shaped shell protected it from predators like saber-toothed cats. These creatures grazed South American plains, impacting plant growth. Paleontologists believe humans hunting them contributed to their extinction, showing how large herbivores are crucial to ecosystem balance and how quickly it can be disrupted. Chapter 10. The thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger, had a dog-like body with stripes on its back. Once roaming Australia and Tasmania, it was a top predator in its ecosystem. Despite its appearance, it was marsupial, carrying young in a pouch. Its extinction in the 20th century highlights the dangers of overhunting and habitat loss, reminding us that even clever, adaptable species aren't safe from rapid change. Chapter 11. Elasmotherium, the Siberian unicorn, had a horn that could reach over 6 feet. This massive herbivore grazed the steppe, shaping plant life with its heavy footsteps. Fossils suggest it coexisted with early humans, leaving impressions in mythology. Its extinction likely changed grassland dynamics, showing how a single species can influence both ecology and culture over thousands of years. Chapter 12. Archaeopteryx, the first known bird, blended dinosaur traits with feathers. Its wings hint at early flight attempts, while teeth and claws show it still hunted small animals. Fossilized imprints reveal feathers in stunning detail, bridging the gap between reptiles and birds. Studying it teaches us about evolution, adaptation, and how tiny changes can shape the future of entire lineages. Chapter 13. Irish elk were massive deer with antlers spanning up to 12 feet. These giants used their antlers in mating displays, a show of strength and beauty. Fossils suggest they grazed open woodlands, shaping the plant life around them. Overhunting and climate change likely ended them, proving that size and display can't always protect a species from extinction. Chapter 14. The Haast's eagle, the largest eagle known, preyed on moas in New Zealand. Its wingspan reached up to 10 feet, and its talons could crush bones. It evolved to fill a predator role with no mammalian competition. Its extinction shows how specialized predators rely heavily on prey, and when the balance collapses, even apex hunters vanish. Chapter 15. Pachyrhinosaurus, a horned dinosaur, had a massive, bony nose instead of traditional horns. Herd behavior may have protected them from predators, and fossilized skin impressions show intricate patterns. Their extinction during the late Cretaceous wiped out entire plant-eating niches, showing how the death of one group can ripple through ecosystems, leaving empty spaces in ancient landscapes. Chapter 16. Steller's sea cow was a gentle giant, up to 30 feet long, feeding on kelp along the Bering Sea. Discovered in the 18th century, it was hunted to extinction in just 27 years. Studying it reminds us how fragile marine herbivores are and how human impact can erase entire species in mere decades, even in remote areas. Chapter 17. The giant lemur of Madagascar weighed over 400 pounds, larger than any living lemur today. Fossils suggest it fed on leaves and fruit, helping shape forests. Its extinction coincided with human arrival, showing how isolated islands are vulnerable to new pressures. Researching these giants helps scientists understand ecosystem engineering by herbivores. Chapter 18. The quagga, a zebra relative, had stripes only on its front body, fatting toward the back. Native to South Africa, it was hunted extensively for meat and hides. Its extinction highlights how even visually unique animals are vulnerable when humans encroach. DNA studies now allow partial recreation, proving science can sometimes recover traces of lost species. Chapter 19. Dunkleosteus, a prehistoric armored fish, ruled oceans 360 million years ago. Its jaw could crush almost anything, and its bony plates acted like built-in armor. Fossils suggest it grew over 30 feet long. Studying this apex predator shows how structural adaptations allow dominance in ancient oceans, and how entire predator lineages can vanish without warning. Chapter 20. The giant beaver, twice the size of modern beavers, built enormous dams in North America. Its massive teeth shaped forests and waterways, influencing other species' habitats. Fossil evidence shows it coexisted with early humans, who may have contributed to its decline. Its story highlights the impact of ecosystem engineers and how removing them can alter entire landscapes. Chapter 21. The thylacine, often called the Tasmanian tiger, had a striped back and a dog-like body, but was actually a marsupial. It hunted small animals silently at night, using keen senses to survive. Habitat loss and hunting drove it to extinction in the 20th century. Studying it teaches about predator adaptations and how human activity can erase even the most adaptable species. Chapter 22. The Rhizinosaurus, a dinosaur with claws over 3 feet long, likely used them to strip leaves from trees. Despite its terrifying appearance, it was mostly herbivorous. Fossilized remains suggest it moved slowly, feeding in herds. Its unique anatomy bridges our understanding of dinosaur diversity, showing evolution doesn't always favor speed or strength, sometimes reaching bizarre but effective forms. Chapter 23. The Caribbean monk seal, once abundant, vanished due to overhunting and habitat destruction. Growing up to 8 feet long, it was a top marine mammal in its ecosystem. Fossils and early records reveal social behavior and diet. Its extinction reminds us how even common species can disappear rapidly when human impact intensifies, leaving marine environments permanently altered. Chapter 24. Coelacanths, thought extinct for 66 million years, surprised scientists when found alive. These living fossils show slow evolution and unique limb-like fins, bridging fish and early tetrapods. Studying them reveals secrets of vertebrate history and how species can survive unnoticed. They teach that extinction is not always permanent, and evolution sometimes preserves remarkable survivors. Chapter 25. The giant armadillo, once larger than modern species, roamed South American forests. Its armor protected it from predators, and fossils suggest a nocturnal lifestyle. Early humans hunting it contributed to its decline. Examining its fossils highlights how armored mammals evolved for defense, shaping predator-prey interactions, and how even protective traits can't always prevent extinction. Chapter 26. Moanalo, giant flightless ducks from Hawaii, shaped island ecosystems by eating plants and dispersing seeds. They had massive beaks for cutting vegetation, creating habitats for other species. Their extinction after human arrival shows how fragile island species are. Fossilized bones and footprints reveal not just their size, but also their vital role as ecosystem engineers in isolated environments. Chapter 27. The Indricotherium, a giant hornless rhinoceros, stood over 16 feet tall and weighed 20 tons. It fed on trees and shrubs, shaping ancient landscapes. Fossils indicate it roamed Asia millions of years ago. Its sheer size made it relatively safe from predators, but climate change and food scarcity eventually ended its reign. Studying it teaches how megafauna influenced ecosystems and evolution. Chapter 28. Haast's eagle preyed on massive flightless birds in New Zealand, using talons stronger than any modern raptor. Its wings were relatively short but powerful for ambushing prey. When moas disappeared, the eagle followed. Fossils and studies show how specialized predators are tightly linked to prey availability, and how losing one species can quickly trigger extinction in another. Chapter 29. The woolly rhinoceros, armored with thick fur and long horns, roamed Europe and Asia during the Ice Age. It grazed tundra plants, shaping vegetation patterns. Fossilized footprints reveal migration routes and herd behavior. Its extinction, likely from climate change and human hunting, reminds us that even massive, well-adapted herbivores are vulnerable when environments shift rapidly. Chapter 30. Stygimalloch, a dinosaur with a thick, domed skull, may have used headbutting in fights or display rituals. Fossils suggest young ones had spikes that grew smaller with age. Studying its structure offers insights into dinosaur behavior, evolution, and social interactions. Its sudden disappearance during the Cretaceous highlights how specialized species are at risk when ecosystems undergo dramatic change. Chapter 31. Megatherium, the giant ground sloth, weighed up to 4 tons and stood over 20 feet tall on hind legs. It fed on leaves and branches, shaping plant life as it moved. Fossilized dung reveals its diet and hints at interactions with early humans. Its extinction shows how even massive, slow-moving herbivores are vulnerable to climate shifts and human hunting. Chapter 32. Diatryma, a flightless bird from North America, stood nearly 10 feet tall. Its massive beak crushed bones, and it hunted small animals, dominating its ecosystem. Fossilized footprints and bones reveal its presence across large areas. Its disappearance demonstrates how ecosystems change when apex birds vanish, highlighting predator-prey balance, and how quickly evolution can remove dominant species. Chapter 33. The giant deer, Megaloceros, had antlers so wide they could span 12 feet. Males used them in battles for mates, displaying strength and dominance. Fossils suggest they grazed open forests in Europe and Asia. Hunting pressure and climate change ended their reign. Their story teaches how sexual selection and environmental stress can combine to drive even impressive species to extinction. Chapter 34. Theropod dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus rex dominated the late Cretaceous with powerful jaws and keen senses. Fossils reveal social behavior, hunting strategies, and growth patterns. T-Rex wasn't just a predator. It shaped prey populations and landscapes. Studying them provides insights into ancient ecosystems, showing how apex predators influence survival, evolution, and biodiversity. Chapter 35. The saber-toothed cat, Smilodon, had long, curved canines designed to pierce thick hides. Fossil evidence shows it hunted large herbivores in groups. Its muscular build suggests ambush hunting rather than chasing prey. Extinction occurred at the end of the Ice Age, likely due to prey loss. Its story highlights predator specialization and the delicate balance between hunters and their environment. Chapter 36. Giant moas of New Zealand were flightless birds reaching over 500 pounds. They fed on leaves and fruits, shaping forest vegetation. Humans arriving on the islands caused rapid extinction through hunting. Fossils reveal social behavior and growth patterns, showing how isolated species evolve unique traits. Their disappearance transformed ecosystems, illustrating the cascading effects of species loss. Chapter 37. The woolly rhinoceros, Coelodonta antiquitatis, had thick fur and massive horns to survive Ice Age tundras. Fossils show migratory patterns and herd structures. It fed on grasses and shrubs, impacting plant communities. Hunting by humans accelerated its decline. Its story teaches how species adapt to extreme climates yet remain vulnerable to sudden environmental changes and human pressures. Chapter 38. Mosasaurus, a giant marine reptile, ruled Cretaceous seas with massive jaws and powerful swimming limbs. Fossilized teeth suggest it preyed on fish, turtles, and smaller marine reptiles. Its dominance influenced ocean food chains for millions of years. Studying its anatomy reveals predator strategies and ecosystem roles, highlighting how apex species shape marine environments until their extinction. Chapter 39. The Irish elk, Megaloceros giganteus, had the largest antlers of any deer. Males used them for mating displays, and their size shaped forest landscapes by breaking branches. Fossil evidence shows they lived across Europe and Asia. Environmental changes and hunting led to extinction. Their story teaches how physical traits that seem advantageous can also make survival more challenging. Chapter 40. The giant beaver, Castoroids, built enormous dams in North America, altering water flow and ecosystems. Fossils reveal teeth and skeletons adapted for cutting trees. Its activity shaped habitats for other species. Humans and climate change likely contributed to its disappearance. Its story shows how large herbivores can act as ecosystem engineers, and how their loss reshapes entire landscapes. Chapter 41. The dodo bird, native to Mauritius, couldn't fly and relied on ground foraging. Its large beak helped it eat fruits, seeds, and nuts. Without natural predators for centuries, it became vulnerable when humans arrived. Overhunting and introduced animals wiped it out. Its extinction reminds us how isolated ecosystems are fragile and how species that seem abundant can vanish quickly. Chapter 42. Elasmosaurus, a long-necked marine reptile, had a neck nearly half its body length. It hunted fish with precision, using its flexibility to strike swiftly. Fossil evidence shows adaptations for life in shallow seas. Extinction occurred at the end of the Cretaceous, alongside other marine reptiles. Studying it provides insights into marine predator evolution and niche specialization in prehistoric oceans. Chapter 43. Glyptodon, a giant armored mammal, resembled a living tank and roamed South American plains. Its heavy shell protected it from saber-toothed predators. It grazed on grasses, shaping vegetation patterns. Early humans hunted it, contributing to its extinction. Fossils show its impressive armor and size, teaching us how herbivores evolved defenses and how human impact can erase even well-protected species. Chapter 44. Thylacoleo, the marsupial lion of Australia, had strong jaws and retractable claws. Fossils suggest it ambushed prey silently, dominating the ecosystem. As forests changed and humans arrived, its food sources declined. Extinction demonstrates how specialized predators rely on stable environments. Studying it helps us understand the evolution of marsupial carnivores and the impact of environmental changes on apex hunters. Chapter 45. The stellar sea cow, discovered in the 18th century, reached up to 30 feet long and grazed kelp along the Bering Sea. Gentle and slow, it was hunted to extinction within 27 years. Its disappearance highlights how vulnerable marine herbivores are to human exploitation. Studying this species teaches lessons about ecosystem balance, conservation, and the fragility of large, slow-moving animals. Chapter 46. The quagga, a zebra relative, had front body stripes fatting toward the back. It grazed South African grasslands, influencing plant distribution. Overhunting led to extinction in the late 19th century. Fossil and DNA studies now help partially recreate it. Its story teaches how genetic research can reveal lost traits and how unique species can disappear quickly under human pressures. Chapter 47. Archaeopteryx, a feathered dinosaur, provides a link between reptiles and birds. It had teeth, claws, and wings, hinting at early flight evolution. Fossils show feather impressions, bridging dinosaur traits with modern birds. Studying it reveals how small anatomical changes can create new species and adaptations. Its story emphasizes evolution's creativity and the importance of transitional fossils in understanding life's history. Chapter 48. Megalodon, a giant prehistoric shark, could reach over 60 feet long. Its teeth were serrated like knives, perfect for cutting through whale flesh. Fossils suggest it ruled oceans for millions of years. Extinction may have followed climate change and prey loss. Studying Megalodon helps scientists understand ancient marine food chains, apex predator behavior, and the fragile balance of ocean ecosystems. Chapter 49. The giant lemur of Madagascar, weighing over 400 pounds, fed on leaves and fruit, shaping forests. Fossils reveal its social behavior and seasonal movements. Humans arriving on the island caused rapid extinction through hunting and habitat change. Its story shows how island ecosystems evolve unique species and how quickly human impact can eliminate even large, slow-moving mammals. Chapter 50. Mosasaurus, a massive marine predator, dominated Cretaceous oceans with strong jaws and flippers. Fossils reveal its diet included fish, turtles, and smaller reptiles. Its presence shaped marine ecosystems for millions of years. Extinction occurred alongside other large marine reptiles. Studying Mosasaurus teaches about apex predators, adaptation to aquatic life, and how ancient oceans were structured around dominant hunters. Chapter 51. The giant ground sloth, Megatherium, moved slowly but shaped landscapes by feeding on trees and shrubs. Its massive size protected it from most predators. Fossilized dung provides clues about diet and habitat. Humans arriving in the Americas likely contributed to its extinction. Its story shows how megafauna influenced ecosystems and how human activity can quickly disrupt even well-adapted species. Chapter 52. The Haast's eagle, with a wingspan up to 10 feet, hunted massive flightless birds like moas in New Zealand. Its strong talons could crush bones, making it a formidable predator. When moas disappeared, so did the eagle. Studying fossils highlights predator-prey relationships and how specialized hunters are vulnerable when ecosystems change, showing the delicate balance in isolated environments. Chapter 53. The Irish elk, Megaloceros giganteus, had antlers spanning up to 12 feet. Males used them in mating displays, shaping forests by knocking down branches. Fossils suggest grazing across Europe and Asia. Climate change and hunting caused extinction. Their story illustrates how evolutionary traits like giant antlers can be both an advantage and a vulnerability in changing environments. Chapter 54. Steller's sea cow, a gentle marine herbivore, reached 30 feet long and grazed kelp. It was slow-moving and easy to hunt. Within decades of human contact, it vanished. Fossils and historical accounts reveal its ecology and behavior. Its extinction emphasizes how even large, seemingly secure animals are vulnerable to human impact and environmental pressures in fragile ecosystems. Chapter 55. The quagga, a zebra relative with fatting stripes, once grazed South African plains. Overhunting drove it to extinction in the 19th century. Fossils and DNA research allow partial recreation. Its story teaches the importance of genetic studies and how quickly unique species can vanish when humans disrupt ecosystems, highlighting the fragility of wildlife under human pressure. Chapter 56. Archaeopteryx, a feathered dinosaur, blended dinosaur and bird traits. Teeth and claws reveal predatory habits, while wings hint at early flight. Fossil impressions of feathers show evolutionary innovation. Its existence bridges reptiles and modern birds. Studying it emphasizes transitional species, role in evolution, illustrating how small anatomical changes can create entirely new survival strategies over millions of years. Chapter 57. Megalodon, the giant shark, reached over 60 feet and dominated ancient oceans. Serrated teeth allowed it to feed on whales and other large prey. Extinction likely followed climate change and loss of food sources. Fossil studies provide insight into oceanic predator-prey dynamics and the evolution of apex predators, showing how size and power are not always enough to survive global shifts. Chapter 58. The giant lemur of Madagascar shaped forests by feeding on leaves and fruit. Fossil evidence reveals its size, social behavior, and ecological role. Human arrival caused rapid extinction through hunting and habitat destruction. Its story highlights how island ecosystems create unique species and how human influence can erase them quickly, leaving lasting changes in forest composition. Chapter 59. Mosasaurus, a giant marine reptile, ruled Cretaceous seas with powerful jaws and flippers. Fossil evidence shows it fed on fish, turtles, and smaller reptiles. Its dominance shaped marine food chains for millions of years. Extinction occurred alongside other marine giants. Studying Mosasaurus helps scientists understand predator adaptation, aquatic evolution, and the fragility of ancient ecosystems. Chapter 60. The dodo, a flightless bird from Mauritius, ate fruits and seeds, shaping the island's forests. Without predators, it thrived for centuries until humans arrived. Overhunting and introduced species caused extinction. Fossils and accounts reveal its diet and behavior. Its story warns how isolated species are highly vulnerable, teaching lessons about conservation and the rapid consequences of human interference. Chapter 61. The Rhizinosaurus, a dinosaur with enormous claws over 3 feet long, likely used them to strip leaves from trees. Despite its scary look, it was mostly herbivorous. Fossil evidence suggests slow, deliberate movement in herds. Its unique anatomy highlights how evolution can produce strange but effective survival tools. Extinction during the late Cretaceous left a gap in its ecosystem. Chapter 62. The Caribbean monk seal, once abundant, vanished due to hunting and habitat loss. Growing up to 8 feet long, it dominated marine environments. Fossils reveal diet, social behavior, and migration patterns. Its rapid extinction shows how even common species can disappear when human pressure intensifies. Studying it offers lessons about conservation and the fragility of marine ecosystems. Chapter 63. Diatryma, a towering flightless bird, reached nearly 10 feet in height. Its massive beak could crush bones, and it likely hunted small animals. Fossil footprints show its presence across North America. Extinction removed an apex bird from ecosystems, highlighting how large predators influence prey populations. Its story illustrates the dynamic balance of ancient ecosystems. Chapter 64. Megaloceros, the giant deer, had antlers so wide they could span 12 feet. Males used them in battles for mates, shaping forests by breaking branches. Fossils suggest grazing across Europe and Asia. Environmental changes and hunting led to extinction. Their story teaches how sexual selection and climate stress can combine to end even the most imposing species. Chapter 65. Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat, had canines over 7 inches long. Fossil evidence shows it hunted large herbivores in ambush groups. Its muscular body was built for strength rather than speed. Extinction coincided with Ice Age prey loss. Studying Smilodon highlights predator specialization and the vulnerability of apex hunters to ecosystem changes. Chapter 66. Giant moas of New Zealand were flightless birds weighing over 500 pounds. They grazed on leaves and fruits, shaping forests. Humans arriving caused rapid extinction. Fossil evidence reveals their social behavior and growth patterns. Their disappearance changed ecosystems, illustrating how the loss of keystone species can ripple through the environment, affecting plants and other animals alike. Chapter 67. The woolly rhinoceros had thick fur and massive horns for survival in Ice Age tundras. Fossils show migration patterns and herd structures. It fed on grasses and shrubs, impacting vegetation. Human hunting accelerated decline. Its story demonstrates how adaptations for extreme climates can fail against sudden environmental changes and human interference. Chapter 68. Mosasaurus, a marine predator, had strong jaws and flippers to hunt fish, turtles, and smaller reptiles. Fossil evidence shows its role in shaping marine food chains. Extinction occurred alongside other Cretaceous giants. Studying Mosasaurus reveals predator adaptation, ecological influence, and how apex species are sensitive to shifts in their environment, even after millions of years of dominance. Chapter 69. The Irish elk had the largest antlers of any deer species. Males used them in displays for mates, while breaking branches and shaping forests. Fossils show wide distribution across Europe and Asia. Hunting and climate change caused extinction. Their story teaches how physical traits can offer advantages yet become liabilities when ecosystems change rapidly. Chapter 70. Giant beavers, castoroids, built enormous dams in North America, altering rivers and landscapes. Fossilized teeth show adaptations for cutting trees. These animals shaped habitats for fish and other species. Climate change and human activity likely contributed to extinction. Studying them reveals the role of ecosystem engineers and how their loss can drastically reshape entire environments. Chapter 71. Elasmotherium, the Siberian unicorn, had a horn over 6 feet long. It grazed the steppe, shaping vegetation with its massive body. Fossil DNA suggests interactions with early humans, inspiring legends. Extinction likely resulted from climate change and hunting. Studying Elasmotherium reveals how megafauna influenced ecosystems and culture, showing that even giant herbivores play vital roles in shaping landscapes and myths. Chapter 72. Archaeopteryx, blending dinosaur traits with feathers, hints at early flight evolution. Its teeth and claws show predatory habits, while wings reveal gliding or short flights. Fossils demonstrate the transition from reptiles to birds. Studying Archaeopteryx provides insights into evolution, adaptation, and how small anatomical changes can create entirely new survival strategies over millions of years. Chapter 73. The dodo, a flightless bird of Mauritius, shaped its forest ecosystem by eating fruits and dispersing seeds. Its isolation left it defenseless against humans and introduced species. Extinction followed quickly after human arrival. Fossils and historical accounts reveal behavior and diet. The dodo's story reminds us how fragile isolated species are and the rapid consequences of human impact on ecosystems. Chapter 74. The Rhizinosaurus had enormous claws for stripping leaves and defending against predators. Though terrifying in appearance, it was mostly herbivorous and moved slowly in herds. Fossils reveal anatomy and behavior, offering a glimpse into late Cretaceous ecosystems. Extinction left a unique ecological niche empty. Studying it highlights evolution's creativity and how unusual adaptations can be highly effective. Chapter 75. The Caribbean monk seal, once common, vanished due to overhunting and habitat destruction. Growing up to 8 feet long, it was an apex marine mammal. Fossil and historical records reveal diet and social habits. Its rapid disappearance emphasizes how human activity can erase even abundant species. Studying it teaches lessons about conservation and the fragility of ocean ecosystems. Chapter 76. Diatryma, a giant flightless bird, reached nearly 10 feet tall and hunted small animals with its massive beak. Fossil footprints indicate widespread distribution in North America. Its extinction removed an apex bird from ecosystems, altering prey populations. Studying Diatryma illustrates how large predators shape ecosystems and how extinction of dominant species can ripple through ancient food webs. Chapter 77. Megaloceros, the giant deer, had antlers up to 12 feet wide used in mating battles. Fossils suggest grazing across Europe and Asia. Climate shifts and hunting caused extinction. Their story shows how sexual selection and environmental stress can end even the most impressive species. Studying them teaches lessons about evolutionary trade-offs between size, display, and survival. Chapter 78. Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat, had elongated canines designed to pierce thick hides. Fossil evidence suggests ambush hunting of large herbivores. Its extinction coincided with the Ice Age and prey loss. Studying Smilodon highlights predator specialization and the vulnerability of apex hunters to environmental changes, revealing the delicate balance of ancient ecosystems. Chapter 79. Giant moas of New Zealand weighed over 500 pounds and shaped forests through grazing. Fossils show social behavior and seasonal movements. Humans caused rapid extinction through hunting. Their disappearance altered ecosystems dramatically, illustrating how keystone species influence plants, other animals, and overall forest composition, leaving lasting ecological gaps. Chapter 80. The woolly rhinoceros, adapted to Ice Age tundras, had thick fur and massive horns. Fossils reveal herd structures and migration patterns. It fed on grasses and shrubs, shaping plant communities. Human hunting accelerated decline. Its story shows how extreme adaptations may fail against sudden environmental shifts and how human activity can tip fragile ecosystems into irreversible change. Chapter 81. Mosasaurus, a giant marine reptile, ruled Cretaceous oceans with strong jaws and flippers. Fossils show it preyed on fish, turtles, and smaller reptiles. Its dominance shaped marine food chains for millions of years. Extinction occurred alongside other marine giants. Studying Mosasaurus reveals predator adaptation, aquatic evolution, and how apex species are sensitive to ecosystem changes even after long dominance. Chapter 82. The Irish elk had the largest antlers of any deer species, spanning up to 12 feet. Males used them in mating displays, shaping forests by knocking down branches. Climate change and hunting led to extinction. Fossils teach how evolutionary traits that seem advantageous, like giant antlers, can become liabilities when environments shift rapidly. Chapter 83. Giant beavers, castoroids, built enormous dams in North America, altering rivers and landscapes. Fossils show teeth adapted for cutting trees. Their activity shaped habitats for fish and other animals. Climate change and human hunting contributed to extinction. Studying them highlights the role of ecosystem engineers and how their loss drastically reshapes entire environments. Chapter 84. Elasmotherium, the Siberian unicorn, had a massive horn over 6 feet long and grazed the steppe. Fossil DNA suggests it interacted with early humans, inspiring myths. Extinction likely resulted from climate shifts and hunting. Studying this megafauna shows how giant herbivores influence ecosystems and culture, proving even enormous animals are vulnerable to environmental changes. Chapter 85. Archaeopteryx, a feathered dinosaur, had claws, teeth, and wings hinting at early flight. Fossils show feather impressions bridging reptiles and birds. Studying it highlights evolution's transition from dinosaurs to modern birds, illustrating how small anatomical changes can create entirely new survival strategies and reveal the origins of flight millions of years ago. Chapter 86. The dodo, a flightless bird, shaped forests by eating fruits and dispersing seeds. Its isolation left it defenseless against humans and introduced predators. Extinction followed rapidly. Fossils and historical accounts revealed diet and behavior. The dodo's story reminds us how fragile island species are and teaches important lessons about conservation and human impact. Chapter 87. The Rhizinosaurus had enormous claws for stripping leaves and defense. Though scary, it was mostly herbivorous and moved slowly in herds. Fossils reveal anatomy and behavior, offering insight into late Cretaceous ecosystems. Extinction left a unique ecological niche empty. Studying it highlights evolution's creativity and how unusual adaptations can be highly effective yet vulnerable. Chapter 88. The Caribbean monk seal, once common, disappeared due to hunting and habitat loss. Growing up to 8 feet, it was an apex marine mammal. Fossils reveal diet, social habits, and migration. Its rapid extinction emphasizes human impact. Studying it teaches lessons about conservation and the fragility of ocean ecosystems even when species seem abundant. Chapter 89. Diatryma, a giant flightless bird, reached nearly 10 feet tall. Its massive beak crushed prey, hunting small animals. Fossil footprints show wide distribution. Extinction removed an apex predator, changing ancient food webs. Studying diatrema illustrates how large predators shape ecosystems and how extinction of dominant species can ripple through environments, highlighting predator-prey balance. Chapter 90. Megaloceros, the giant deer, had antlers up to 12 feet wide used in mating battles. Fossils indicate grazing across Europe and Asia. Climate changes and hunting led to extinction. Their story teaches how sexual selection and environmental stress can end even the largest and strongest species, offering lessons about the trade-offs between display, survival, and adaptation. Chapter 91. Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat, had long curved canines designed to pierce thick hides. Fossils show ambush hunting of large herbivores. Its muscular body prioritized strength over speed. Extinction coincided with Ice Age prey loss. Studying Smilodon highlights predator specialization and the vulnerability of apex hunters, teaching how ecosystems rely on balance between predator and prey. Chapter 92. Giant moas of New Zealand weighed over 500 pounds and shaped forests through grazing. Fossils reveal social behavior and seasonal movements. Human hunting caused rapid extinction. Their disappearance altered ecosystems, illustrating how keystone species influence plants, other animals, and overall forest composition, leaving lasting ecological gaps in island environments. Chapter 93. The woolly rhinoceros adapted to Ice Age tundras with thick fur and massive horns. Fossils show herd structures and migration patterns. It fed on grasses and shrubs, shaping vegetation. Human hunting accelerated decline. Its story demonstrates how adaptations for extreme climates may fail against rapid environmental shifts, and how humans can tip fragile ecosystems into irreversible change. Chapter 94. Mosasaurus, a giant marine reptile, ruled Cretaceous oceans with strong jaws and flippers. Fossils show diet of fish, turtles, and smaller reptiles. Extinction occurred alongside other marine giants. Studying Mosasaurus reveals predator adaptation, aquatic evolution, and the sensitivity of apex species to environmental changes, emphasizing the fragility of even dominant organisms in ancient oceans. Chapter 95. The Irish elk, Megaloceros giganteus, had antlers up to 12 feet. Males used them in mating displays, shaping forests by knocking down branches. Climate change and hunting caused extinction. Fossils teach how physical traits advantageous for reproduction can become vulnerabilities when environments shift, highlighting evolution's balance between success and risk. Chapter 96. Giant beavers, castoroids, built enormous dams in North America, altering rivers and landscapes. Fossils reveal adaptations for cutting trees. Their activity shaped habitats for other species. Climate change and human hunting contributed to extinction. Studying them highlights the role of ecosystem engineers and how their loss can drastically reshape environments. Chapter 97. Elasmotherium, the Siberian unicorn, had a horn over 6 feet long and grazed the steppe. Fossil DNA suggests interactions with humans, inspiring myths. Extinction likely resulted from climate shifts and hunting. Studying it shows how megafauna influence ecosystems and culture, and even enormous animals are vulnerable to environmental change. Chapter 98. Archaeopteryx, a feathered dinosaur, had claws, teeth, and wings hinting at early flight. Fossils show feather impressions bridging reptiles and birds. Studying it highlights the transition from dinosaurs to modern birds, showing how small anatomical changes create new survival strategies and reveal the origins of flight millions of years ago. Chapter 99. The dodo, a flightless bird, shaped forests by eating fruits and dispersing seeds. Its isolation left it defenseless against humans and introduced predators. Extinction followed rapidly. Fossils and historical accounts reveal diet and behavior. The dodo reminds us how fragile island species are and the rapid consequences of human interference on ecosystems. Chapter 100. The Rhizinosaurus had enormous claws for stripping leaves and defense. Though frightening in appearance, it was herbivorous and moved slowly in herds. Fossils reveal anatomy and behavior, offering insights into late Cretaceous ecosystems. Extinction left its ecological niche empty. Studying it highlights evolution's creativity and how unusual adaptations can succeed yet remain vulnerable to environmental change. These creatures may be gone, but their stories live on through fossils, DNA, and the ecosystems they shaped. Every extinction teaches us lessons about our planet and the life it supports. Thanks for exploring 100 facts about extinct creatures with us. Remember, the past is the key to understanding our world today.